Welcome to Godkiller Last Hope. My name is Zoe Williams, and as the dramaturg for this production, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the viciously divine world of the cradle. Last Hope is a dark fantasy series that deals with heavy topics, and content warnings will be shared before the show begins. Last Hope is performed live and in studio by CONNIE Chang and C. Thomas. Previously on Godkiller Last Hope, Litney confronts King Wu and rejects his offer to take the river seal. Together with Prince Wu, Litney takes the river seal from King Wu and frees Xiangsheng from the palace dungeon. Litney destroys the magical circlet binding Tiansheng, but in the process, they kill Jiangli, the patron god of Qin. For the first time in Litney's life, a god's power enters their soul instead of being siphoned to Queen Tigu. Litney's guilt becomes overwhelming. At the very last moments of their escape from the capital, Litney turns their back on Tiansheng and forces her to take them to the Ascension Gate. Litney abandons the rebels and their mortal heart, ascending to the city of heaven to kill Emperor Longdu once and for all. A full recap of this and previous episodes can be found on transplanterrpg.com. And now, the last game begins.
Godkiller Last Hope is a dark fantasy actual play series that deals with serious and potentially triggering topics. Viewer discretion is advised. Content warnings for this episode include fantasy violence, body horror, gore, war, trauma, grief, interpersonal conflict, familial conflict with a physical confrontation, death of loved ones, blood, and brief mentions of a suicide mission and spitting.
Litney, vessel of hatred, child of Queen Tigu, Godkiller. Your drive, your purpose is so strong that it crystallizes into the shattered river itself. You feel it in your ascension, and you know exactly where you will appear. And so you do. In the middle of the hall of peerless destiny, immaculate wooden floorboards shining like a lighting up path toward your destiny. And there you see her, your purpose, your destiny. At the end of this throne room, the immortal Emperor Longdu, devourer of the devouring, grand adjudicator of the game, sovereign on high of Yaolan, the amethyst dragon. She sits upon that sandalwood throne, upon that raised dais surrounded by a moat of molten amethyst jade. The pillars here are also made of purple jade. The ceiling is endless. Now this is a throne room. It is exactly as you remember. It is nothing like you remember because you are perfectly the same and perfectly different. You again. You've come back. I had a feeling you would. I could sense it inside my soul. Though I killed you, you did not die. Just like your mother. You are her daughter, are you not?
I am her vessel of hatred.
You are her creation. And I know your name, because I too bore it once. Because I now bear it still. It is my burden to carry until oblivion and salvation calls me home. Godkiller. Do you know what that title means?
Of course I do.
The epithet wears strangely on your face. You are conflicted.
I'm not. I am resolute. Some may mistake it for ruthlessness, but I know its true name. Absolution.
Absolution. And the immortal emperor reaches to the sword. Strapped to their hip, they pull it out of its hilt and reveals a blade of pure tempered diamond. Absolution. You remember how it felt when it slipped between your ribs and severed soul from limb. But it did not. Not exactly.
I know no pain. None that you could inflict upon me.
And you show no mercy. You are your mother's daughter in so many ways, and yet you are also something untempered, unformed, still becoming.
You know nothing of me. You know nothing of me.
I know nothing of you, and I know everything of you, because I am you, I was you. And you are me, you shall be me. I am Long Xie Feng, the first Godkiller. And you are Litney, the second.
Not yet. Not yet. Not until I kill you, not until you die.
I see violence is still the only language you understand. It is your mother tongue, after all. She gifted it to you. So come, test your steel against mine, and let me tell you a story. And the Emperor moves faster than the mortal eye can track, and the two of you meet in the center of the hall, and your weapons clash. How do you try to attack her?
In the only way they know how. Brute fucking force.
I need you to inflict violence. So roll 2d6 and add 1 for each true statement. They wish you harm. No. You're desperate?
Yes.
It's personal?
Yes.
Roll 2d6 plus 2, please. That's a 9. That's perfect. On a hit, 7 to 9, this part of the fight ends on your terms. So, what part of the fight is this, Litney?
This is the redemption. This is the proving grounds. This is their name. The name of a weapon. This is where they show Longdu, the immortal emperor, devourer of the devouring grand adjudicator of the game, sovereign on high of Yaolan, the amethyst dragon, exactly who they are, exactly what they were made to do, that they know her every weakness, her every move. They have been waiting for this moment for 100 years. They would wait 100 more. They would wait 1,000 more. They would wait as long as it takes. Anything for this moment. It's what they need to do. Anything for this moment.
And you do it, you prove yourself. In some ways, you grasp this redemption you seek, but in every other way that counts, you do not. Still, I'll abide by the terms of the game. This part of the fight ends on your terms. The claws come out. What is the sound they make?
A scream.
And the scream clangs against absolution. The two weapons collide and send shock waves from the place where they meet, and you go at her. You are a revenant. You are a hungry ghost. You are everything Sui Xian made you into, and so much more than they could ever fathom. You are your mother's daughter. And in this moment, you do not fail. Your form is perfect. You are completely focused. And there's something else too. Something that Longdu remarks upon as she parries your every blow, as she takes what would have been a mortal fatal wound and redirects it back toward yourself and outward, sending a slice of magic to the side of the hall and rupturing the amethyst from a pillar. And she speaks. Once upon a time, I was mortal too. I went by the name of Long Xie Feng.
I don't care!
And I had a sister. She was everything to me, and I was nothing to her, and I was everything to her. She loved me.
She did not!
She protected me with her every breath. She loved me more than life itself.
You betrayed her!
I tried to save her. I gave her every opportunity to turn her face away from the path of hatred. And she did not. She was to be queen of the devouring, to doom the sister realms. Until we had nothing left to speak of but ash and blood and fire and death. I begged, I pleaded, I got on my knees and I wept to my stronger twin, my better half. The woman, the girl who had always protected me with her strength, had always put me first. I begged her, I kissed her feet.
No, you betrayed her!
She refused. She wanted greatness. That was the only thing she could see. That was the only thing she could grasp, could taste. And yet, even as she gained divinity, even as she achieved apotheosis, she let go of the one thing that still kept her tethered to me. Her mortal heart. And she slides the blade across and knocks your claw to the side and tips the tip of it against your chest. Against that old wound, 100 years old, where absolution had pierced it a century ago in this hall. And she pauses, draws just a bead of blood that blooms like a crimson flower and dribbles down your torso. But you understand that my sister has forgotten, don't you? That's why you could do it. You could kill me here. You have it in you. You can grasp my weakness, my mortal heart. That's why you failed the last time. You did not understand what it meant to be a person and not a weapon. But now you do. Why? Why? Why?
Stop talking!
Speak!
Because I'm just like you. I turned my back on her. I betrayed her. I left her for my destiny, for my purpose.
And Longdu looks at you, really looks, with those dark eyes as dark as a stormy sea, as dark as the void between stars, just like her hair. It is an uncomfortable feeling being seen to the core of your very being. It is vulnerable. It makes you feel weak.
So you have to understand. You have to understand why I have to do this. Because I've already come so far. I have to finish this. Or else what am I?
You are one thing, and one thing only. You are not the witch. You are not the monster. You are not the lamb at the altar. You are not the pretty thing in a cage. You are not a vessel. You are not a weapon. You are the Godkiller. And the gods themselves will taste your steel. The choice is yours. You were made for a purpose, but who you become is something you decide, and nothing and no one can ever take that from you. You were made to kill me, to bring destruction to the sister realms, to place my sister upon the throne. But maybe you can choose something else. I had to break the world to save it. But perhaps your purpose can be to mend it. It's what your mortal heart weeps for. is it not? To mend the sister realms? For her? For you?
A violent, beautiful. It's so beautiful. The way that their soul blooms open. The way that that black rock opens up, those cracks, not cracks at all, but petals of a flower that opens to reveal a red beating heart. Oh, the truth of it. They want it so bad.
You can have it. All you have to do is reach out and take it. We have been given this power. It is not the power that makes us who we are, it is what we do with it. And Litney, on the cusp of everything, on this crystallized purpose cracked open like a falling star, you sense her arrival. A swirl of blood, a fountain of iron, the cold echo of darkness, a whispering of mist, an explosion of hatred so vile it could rot winter. And she's here. Your mother, Queen Tigu, the first fallen, Lord of Death, sovereign on low of the underworld, the silver Lian. She looks exactly like her twin and nothing like her whatsoever. Where there is sorrow on Longdu's face, there is nothing but hatred and vengeance. Where there is softness in Longdu's words, there is nothing but the cold-tempered edge of steel and resolution. The three tenets carved into the place where her heart is punctured through, still with the top half, the stronger half, the better half of that broken blade she now draws, and it comes out with a scream louder than the heavens themselves as judgment comes out to meet absolution. Longdu tips absolution away from you, looks above you, beyond you, as you are knelt, kneeling in supplication of your mother, and sees her twin. And Tigu says, with such deep bitterness, it could tear the sun itself from the horizon. Long Xie Feng.
My queen! Mother, please! And Litney throws themselves onto the ground in front of her. Their knees crack against the ground, against that beautiful wood underneath them. And their hands immediately clasped in prayer in front of their face. Mother, please, please leave, please, no. I can do this. I'm going to do this for you. I'm here. Go, please, while you can. I can fix this. I can do this for you. Please, please.
And the words that come out of her mouth are not tinged with hatred for you. They are not tinged with anger. They are not tinged with bitterness or disappointment. They are simply blank. A command, like one might issue someone who has only ever just obeyed. Move. Get out of my way. This is my becoming.
Please, I meant to do this for you. You don't have to do this. I can do it.
Her eyes slide right past you, mid-plea, and she walks
I can do it.
past you
I can do this.
as though you
Please,
don't
no, you
exist,
don't have to do this.
blocking you
to stay.
from her view,
I want you to stay.
from her mind.
I want to stay
She can't hear you.
I need to do
She
this
doesn't
for you,
care.
Please, it's supposed to. It's
She
everything
is
I meant to be.
incapable of hearing you. And she looks at her sister, and her sister looks back at her. And Longdu says, for the infinite time, and the last time, and the first time, it doesn't have to be this way, sister. We can do something different, something new. And Tigu, this is my last hope! And she charges, and the two sisters meet. Their clashing is heaven and hell colliding. It is violence on a scale unimaginable by by divine minds. Only a precept of reality itself could possibly fathom what's happening, could possibly track their movements. They move in such a way that time ceases to matter. You can't even see them moving around you, a blur of amethyst, a blur of silver, crimson meeting purple, red meeting gold, against each other. And then they no longer even look like people anymore. You see Longdu as who she is, an amethyst dragon, massive, as tall as the world itself, with jaws of pure steel and purple flame erupting from her jaw. And you see your mother, Tigu, as who she truly is, a silver Telian with antlers sprouting from a lion-like face and fur rippling outward, ending in sharp prickled quills, scales of pure moonlight. Clash, 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 clang. And as the battle goes on without you,
I would like to do as I'm told.
Very well. When you do as you're told, say how you show submission and answer 1. I will show you a glimpse of their true intentions as I answer the other. So the 2 questions are, how are you rewarded, and what vulnerability do you reveal?
Litney moves. They get out of her way. Because they don't know who they are. No. Not because they don't know who they are. Because they've betrayed their mortal heart. And they know they have failed. They thought they knew what failure was before. They thought they understood its sting, its viciousness, its teeth. No. This failure lives in the ribs. This failure is entirely mortal.
And you have never felt closer to Tiansheng. You have never felt closer to Zide. You have never felt closer to Rui.
Why am I thinking about them?
Because they matter. Because they matter to you. Because they are the only thing that matters in this moment. And this is how you are rewarded, Godkiller. You receive an opportunity, an opening of fate. Because your mother, in this moment, this is her last hope. With every strike she deals against her sister, the Emperor, you can feel the call of the river growing stronger and stronger around her. It's not that she's weak, it's that oblivion is more powerful even than the gods themselves, even than the immortal Emperor, even than the Silver Telian. But with every strike, she burns brighter and brighter and brighter, like a candle's final explosion before the wick gives. And you know in this moment exactly what is going to happen, exactly what she is going to do. She is going to kill her sister. And herself with it. And finally, with a motion that you can track, you see judgment flash out, the shattered edge of it, catching in the light of the city of heaven, and then it goes forward. This is the opportunity I would like to give to you as part of your reward. In the split second before soul severs from body, for the immortal Emperor Longdu, what would you like to do?
I'd like to change the game. I'd like to manifest a miracle.
Okay, that is a crucible move we have not yet used. When you want to manifest a miracle, sacrifice a power. Describe how you channel that power into the world to its fullest potential, and then erase it from your sheet. You can never use it again.
That's okay. I won't need it after this. Strength is what stops Tigu's blade. Litney catches it with one hand. The jagged edge bites their hand, drawing blood, and they don't waver. They don't waver at all. It is the strength of every mortal who has ever lived. It is the strength of 1,000 gods, 100 gods, 1,000,000 gods, all of divinity. It lives in them. And they are so small against it. And it is so entirely consuming inside of them. But they hold on. They hold on.
Get out of my way!
I can't.
Then I will make you. That is an order, Litney. Move! I told you this was my becoming.
This is my becoming! This is my purpose! Please. Please.
If I have to cut you down to kill her, then so be it. And the blade comes out, it slices your palm. As it does, there is a slash of crimson, and your mother comes at you. How do you defend yourself?
I show mercy. I know pain. And I do not kill her.
Why? Why do you spare your mother?
Because I am her. Because I love her. Because I want to live. And I've never done it before. And I want to see what it's like to be mortal.
Roll 2d6 for me, please. And let's let the fates decide.
Six.
A 6.
A 7. I can't do math when I'm crying.
A 7. That is a hit. So, on a 7 to 9, they perform a single favor of your choosing, such as lifting a curse or performing a miracle. Litney, in this moment, tell me where your weapons are positioned against her.
Against is the wrong word. Their hands are in her heart. In her chest. And the miracle that I would like, the favor I would like, is very simple. I just want to talk to her.
Your hands are in her heart. You can feel it. It's a divine heart. It's not like her sister's. And the blood that drips around your wrist is not red like a mortal's, but silver. For the silver Cillian, silver like bone, silver like the river, silver like mist, silver like her rage. Silver, like the blade you can feel lodged in her heart. And just like how you stopped judgment from coming down against Long Du, you wrap your fingers around that blade and you let yourself bleed against your mother's pain. And in this moment, Tigu knows what you have done. She understands the sparing. She understands the mercy. She understands the give. And the anger, the incandescent rage, the thousands-year-old fury that has tethered her to existence cracks. And underneath the rage, you understand what the true emotion is. It was the same emotion on Sui Xin's face, on Zida's face, on Rui's face, on Tiansheng's face. It is grief, sorrow, pain. Your mother is a wounded animal. She has been wounded for so many hundreds of years, to the extent that this wound is all she knows. It is what's keeping her alive. It is the only metric of identity she can measure herself against, and measure others, like yourself, against as well. She is a child of pain, and you are a weapon of her creation. And your mother says, as the anger cracks and the sorrow is revealed, with a face, with a voice she has never shared with you, with anyone except Long Xie Feng lifetimes ago when they were both mortal peasant girls running through a field. She says, "What have you done to me?"
You cannot be tethered here because of your rage. Please. I want to feel other things. I want to feel the sun and the wind. I want to feel empathy and love. You cannot do this. This is what I was made for. This is the only thing I understand. Then why am I like this? I am made of you! If I am made of your rib, if I am made of your blood, if I am made from the shard that cuts my hand now, then why am I broken? Why do I stray from my purpose so easily? It's because you made me. It's because we can. What if we could?
No. No. Bullshit.
That's not how the story goes.
Bullshit. This is my story.
No. This is our story.
Some people think that the line from beginning to end is ruthlessness, but I know what it really is. Vengeance. 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 You were made to avenge me. I was made and the river starts to thicken around her, as for the first time since she was killed but did not die, your mother wavers. She wavers in her purpose. I was made. Vengeance? No.
But we can hold on to something else. You can hold on to something else. You don't need to hold on to that. I want to stay with you. I want you to stay. You can tether yourself to me.
You.
Me. You can tether yourself to me, and I can prove myself to you in a way that I never thought possible. Please, I can save you.
With what fury connects me to you? I have no vengeance against you.
I am made of you.
Then what? What is it you propose that I latch onto you with, then, Litney? What emotion? What feeling? What mortality I have already long forgotten? What is its name?
Its name is love.
A look over her shoulder at her sister. The mist thickens. Your hand still buried in her chest. And for the first time since you were made, Tigu, your mother, reaches a shaking hand toward your face as she strains away from vengeance and hatred and fury and toward love. And when her fingers meet you, they turn into mist. For she tries, Litney. You know the truth of this. She tries, she truly does. But the call of the river is too strong, even empowered by the Ghost Festival. And the blade that tethers her here, the vengeance, the wound, that is all she has ever known for hundreds of years, for thousands of years. The love sparks, but it cannot sustain. And the wick goes out. Your mother disperses into mist. And all that remains, clattering to the ground, is judgment and its shattered piece, the upper half of it, the better half of it. And Longdu says from behind you, in a voice that is the weight of 10,000 years of sorrow, she didn't choose me when she had the chance. And when she chose you, it was too late. But it is not too late for you, Godkiller, to make the choices that can still matter. As Longdu speaks, you feel it, the semblance of your mother's power flowing into you. The wisps of mist that she became, wrapping themselves around you in silver strings and sinking into your soul. You know her power well. You've wielded an echo of it, and you've seen the power resonating within Longdu both times you clashed with the immortal emperor. It is the power over life and death, necromancy. It is the only fragment of your mother that remains within you.
Longdu, Immortal Emperor, Devourer of the Devouring, Grand Adjudicator of the Game, Sovereign on high of Yaolan, Amethyst Dragon. I was made to kill you. And one day I might. Still. But today I'm making a different choice.
There are people who need you. And finally, she sheaths her blade, reaches into a fold of her robe, and produces her river seal. Just like your mother's had been, a large shard of a gourd you've never laid your eyes upon, but you can tell that the edges were once gilded. And she says, it's time for you to go back to them. Quick and fast, with the winds of change at your back. For I have a sister to mourn, and a soul to bury.
We both do. Like. Recognizing like.
And there is a flash of light, and you understand the Ascension Gate of heaven. It is not any one location, it is her. And she sends you back down to the cradle. Litney, you reappear in the middle of a melee. Longdu is not there. And your mother is not there. The people who are there, however, are the rebels. In the middle of Chuancheng, you see Rui leading the charge, fighting amongst her people, as a good leader should. Her face resplendent, glowing, divine, with the mandate of heaven. You also see Wu Ji De leading a contingent of rebels, barking orders and suggestions about how best to maneuver against the martial flankings he knows so well from his father's army. And finally, you see a hurricane, a typhoon, a windstorm, a mountain in her own right. Tiansheng, from your position, at the very front of the gates, she is surrounded by guards, their armor no longer magically empowered by Qianli, very easy for her to incapacitate with a single tap of the end of volition. And you see her face. She is fighting with perfect focus. But there is strain in her brow. There is pain. There is regret. And you know why. None of your allies, none of your friends, see you yet as you arrive in a swirl of mist. And when the mist laces up to the sky, the heavens themselves, the river itself, reality itself, shatters open across the horizon for just a split second as the death of Queen Tigu rings across the sister realms. And in this almost dawn, the sky brimming with fading stars, the rosy tint starting to kiss the horizon, you see a constellation of silver burst across the domes of heaven, and they form the outline of a silver Telian before it too flickers out of existence. And when your eyes come back down, I want you to tell me, what do?
I do what I do best. I fight. With purpose. With my purpose. This is my becoming. I tap them. You tap them.
And Litney, 3 hours later, the battle comes to its conclusion. The conclusion that you help make into reality. We find you now standing in the courtyard outside the throne room. There is still blood on the lilies. You can smell smoke. You can hear some shouting, celebratory shouting mostly, logistical shouting to organize the city for anticipated sieges of the king's loyalists returning. The throne has been taken, the capital has been taken, but the work is not done. The work is never done. As long as there are mortals, there will always be work. The work you decide to tithe your choices to. Rui and Zide and Tiansheng are all in the throne room, handling the terms of surrender with King Wu. You're alone. What are you doing?
Watching the sun. Trying to find the trace of silver in the sky. Trying to put it back through their memory alone. Trying to listen to their heartbeat. Mourning. They're mourning. Not just their mother. Suisun too. And it's quiet. The way they like. And a brief thought crosses their mind. They kind of wish it was raining.
You hear footsteps, and then the throne room door sliding open just a crack, and then more footsteps approaching you as the voices of Zide and Rui cut in for a second and then fade when the door closes once more. And you don't hear Zide, and you don't hear Rui anymore for a few more minutes after that, because you are focused on the clear voice that comes next from that set of footprints. Hey. Black eyes, dark hair, a wolfish grin, wavering but there, volition. Those scars across her chest. It's good to see you.
Hello, cultivator.
Hello, Godkiller. Thank you for coming back, Lai. Your soul, it's different. Does it feel different?
It feels different. Tension. Thank you for waiting.
Of course. I'm a cultivator. I can wait for 100 years. 200. Forever.
Shouldn't you be in there? They look back at those doors and the shifting lines of power behind them. Isn't that your moment? Your purpose? Shouldn't you be there?
No. This is my moment. This is my purpose.
Will you wait with me?
Until the end. And after that, too. This is not a story about killing gods, though you will.
By choice. By my own hand.
This is not a story about redemption, though you shall find it.
For myself. In a way that sings against my soul.
This is not a story about mending a broken world, though you will come to do so one day. You will come to mend the sister realms, Litney.
But first I needed to mend myself.
Maybe. Maybe not. This is a story about you, Litney, the Godkiller, and your mortal heart. Well done, Godkiller.
This is my becoming.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the final episode of Godkiller Last Hope. My name is Connie Chang, and I've had the pleasure of playing your god.
And my name is C. Thomas, your Godkiller, Litney. If you've enjoyed the series, please consider pledging to our Patreon at patreon.com/transplanterrpg. It's the best way to support us directly, so we can continue to make work like this. If you can't spare the funds, please consider leaving us a positive review, or commenting on social media, or sharing the show with a friend. It really helps us continue to make the work that we do.
You can purchase the Ashcan of Godkiller RPG on itch.io/byconniechang. The full game will be published by Evil Hat Productions in 2025. To get the latest updates on Godkiller, follow Evil Hat Productions newsletter in the link below. Our sponsors for this campaign are Hero Forge and Frivolous Bear Studios. And with that, our story comes to a close. For now.
We'll see you next time, right here on Transplanter RPG.
Scene. Ooh, and that's
Cutting?
the show. Yeah.
Cutting?
Cutting.